I remember my parents, they always had pills in their medicine cabinet, which is how I ended up taking one. And just the curiosity of what kids do, it could hurt them and injure them.
One of the things that we are really honing in on is, where do people get opioids from? And the reality is that many originally get them from healthcare providers. They go in and they've got pain and they get a prescription, but they get a prescription for much more medication than they actually need. 68% of people actually got their opioids from somebody else. Without a prescription, just shared from a friend or a relative or somebody else who said, hey, you're in pain, why don't you take some of these? There's also recent data to show that really anything more than even 3 or 4 days on an opioid can lead to addiction. And so when you start to share those pills with a friend or a relative without meaning to, that can be the beginning of an addiction for them.
The Drug Enforcement Agency established the National Take Back Initiative, which is designed to give the general public an opportunity to dispose of unwanted prescription. We also take advantage of that time to educate the public on the dangers of misuse of prescriptions. The DEA has 2 Take Back initiatives yearly, in the spring and in the fall. We just recently had our Take Back this spring. In Henrico County, typically we have 1 disposal location. This year we expanded it to 3 to give greater access to the public. We took in over 1,000 pounds of unwanted prescriptions, which doubled our take back last year. So we had tremendous success. We not measured the success on how much prescription we took back, but the greater access we provided to the citizens of Henrico County.
It's not recommended to flush it and enter that medication into the public sewage system. And so really the best practice to dispose of medications is to use a medication disposal kit. There's a steady availability of drug disposal kits that are being handed out through health departments. They are very simple to use. Inside it's filled with activated carbon, and so what happens is you rip off the top, you put as much medication, it'll take up to 45 pills, and then you fill it up with warm water, and there's a Ziploc. So you just zip it up, and then it can go in the normal trash can. And the great thing about it is that it doesn't, outside of this, it doesn't take a special disposal pathway. You can put it in the trash to be picked up. It's biodegradable, so it'll degrade in the landfill. And it really is the most effective way to get rid of leftover medications to make sure they don't get in the wrong hands.
Nobody should have opioid in their cabinets beyond the 7 days after their surgery. 7 days, if you haven't had enough, if you're not needing them in 7 days, you need to get rid of them. So no cabinets in America should have opioid or addictive medications anymore.
Thank you.